I'm on holiday and I've made a big boo-boo which I thought I would share with you. I brought my own Daniel Smith paints with me. I brought a couple of my own favourite paint brushes. I forgot to take my own decent watercolour paper. So I went to a shop here on holiday and I bought a pad of unknown watercolour paper. It did not say on the front what it was made up of, and I suspected I wasn't buying the best, but I went ahead with it and bought it anyway. So here's a little sketch I did of a local building near to where we are on holiday. And oh my goodness, look at the mess of this wash I'm trying to paint. So if I was using my usual, which would normally be Arches or Bao Hong watercolour paper, 100% cotton watercolour paper, this green paint would lay down beautifully. There would be, in most cases, there would be no sharp edges. It would be a beautiful smooth wash, as deep as I wanted, but this is just a disaster. It doesn't really seem to matter what I do here. It's not going to lay down nicely at all. So it's blotchy, it's got hard edges. The colour is just not being absorbed. It's kind of sitting on top of the paper until it eventually decides to be absorbed, but my goodness, this is not pretty. Compare it to this example of me painting on 100% cotton paper. This is Arches, I believe, cold pressed paper. And if you have a look at how smoothly it goes on, how easily it blends, there's no edges visible, there's no splodgy marks. The paper soaks up the paint beautifully. Here's both of them side by side. I used the same paint, same paintbrush, same process. The only difference is the paper. So I hope you can see how clearly evident it is that the paper you use is crucial. It's really, really important and can absolutely make or break your painting. So go for it, spend the money, buy the more expensive paper. I'm going to take you back now to my continuation of my little painting on the holiday paper I bought, so you can see how I get on. So for this area I thought I'll try watering down the pigment a little bit more to see if that will allow it to sit more smoothly than the first area I did, and it does seem to a little bit. It's not as harshly ugly as the first wash I did. So, I mean, that may be a way to go with cheaper paper. You water your washes down, but if you want any kind of depth or intensity of colour, you will have to put several layers on, and these layers will need to be very watery, so you don't get the horrible harsh marks clearly showing where each brush stroke was. So for this middle green area, I continued with the very, very watery pale wash to try and minimise the horrible splodgy marks that appeared when I did the first area. So it did seem to work. It doesn't have horrible sharp lines or anything, but it's so pale. You'll see at the very end how pale it is, which is a bit unfortunate, having to go that pale just to try and get a smooth wash. This area worked better as well. My wash or my colour is a lot more watery again, and because I'm just painting in the one direction, one or two brush strokes just facing the same direction, there's not much that really could have gone wrong there anyway. I'll skip past this yellow area. It's such a pale colour, it's not really telling us very much or showing us very much, so let's just jump by to the next bit. The pink door is very, very watered down as well. I think that's what I really decided the answer was. Just really water your paint down a lot, and then you'll avoid the horrible splodgy marks that I got in the first area. So, yep, this is very, very watered down as well. I don't fully finish this painting, but in a moment I'm going to show you the difference in painting the plain, straightforward green wash on this paper and doing it on gorgeous 100% cotton paper. This is the holiday paper I bought, and I should have known better. Nowhere on the pad does it tell me what the paper is made from and whether it's cotton or not. So to round up, spend the money, buy the better paper. This is the cheaper paper, very difficult to make a decent wash. You get harsh marks, splodges, the paint lifts when you're trying to put the paint down. The colour does not blend smoothly at all, and the bits that I did get to blend smoothly were far, far, far too pale. So my recommendation is, if you're at the stage where you want to create a decent painting, one you want to keep, one you want to complete, one you want to give as a gift, you're not just playing around anymore, spend the money, buy the paper, buy the 100% cotton paper. And my recommendations, or my personal preferences, are Arches and Bao Hong. Okay, thanks very much for watching. Bye bye for now.